Hey guys, I'm Slightly Froggy and welcome back to my stream. Today I'm continuing my playthrough of Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Now where we last left off, we finished off our investigation of what they've been telling us is the very last case, the very last trial, and our victim this time around is none other than Nagito, the shit disturber, and an interesting investigation into exactly what happened to him. I mean, I'm still of the belief he's not actually dead. I don't think he's dead. I think he's pretending to be dead. I know we did get a body announcement, but it's not the first time Monokuma's kind of fudged the rules a little bit. So I'm gonna have to go over my truth bullets again before we start the trial. But from what I remember, it seems like Nagito set it up so that he got impaled by the spear, and they technically started the fire? Hey there, Kwa. Welcome back to the stream. A bloody announcement, more like, I don't know, I'm tired. Hello. You know what, I'm pretty tired too. It was a rough Monday for me on my end. So I've been looking forward to this. This is sort of like a nice little pick-me-up from my day. I'm curious to see if we get any answers with this, just because it's, like, it went... Hey there, Kay. Welcome back to the stream. Like, based on the investigation, I've got some questions as to, like, how some things worked out. Because as much as it seems like Nagito set up a bunch of this on his own, I think there was some meddling from somebody else as well. Even though it does seem to be building up to the fact that we might not know who this murderer is. I think this was orchestrated in a way so that, like, none of us know. One of us technically killed him, or maybe we all did, but then what happens? But that's a very in-character thing for Nagito to do, to completely break the game. And break Monokuma's game. So we're going to give this just a couple minutes before we get started. Let's turn on the music. I imagine I don't have to worry about buying presents or doing the Monokuma machine at this point, because we're going to the last trial. I've made all the friendships I'm going to make. I've made all the enemies I'm going to make. AKA, it's just Nagito at this point, because he wouldn't let me be his friend. The jerk. God. How can my boyfriend be so mean to me, guys? And because this is not showing up on green screen very well, this is orange juice. I'm trying to be healthier. And I'm excited to see how this case turns out. Hey there, MG Tower, for the stinky cheese. Yeah, I'm curious to see... I know we're not going to get all our answers tonight, but I hope we at least get some. That would be nice. If I at least had some semblance of exactly what the hell happened here. Because Nagito has created like an interesting turn of events. Which is what he's prone to doing. It's not really a big surprise at this point. But there's still 2 more bosses to fight as Miracle Girl Monami, so I don't know. This game is probably a bit longer. And the reveal with our Byakuya Togami, who was an imposter the whole time. I thought that was gonna build up to something bigger, because it's like, nah, I didn't mean for the bad pun, build up to something bigger. Byakuya. No, it was the imposter. Byakuya would have never let himself get that fat. Like, that man hates a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure food is on that list. I don't think Byakuya Togami eats anything less than caviar. Why? What do you plebs eat? Ugh. Is Byakuya actually the mastermind? Ooh. I mean, he could be. It's not completely out of the realm of possibility. I think I had that as a theory at some point early on. Hey there, Paper's Paper. Welcome back. Oh, Remy the Ratatouille, the rat of all my dreams. I eat your tears. There's a lot of... or drink. There's a lot of things happening in the chat right now. Yeah, I don't know. I think I did have that as a theory early on that Byakuya was behind it. It's like, that was his imposter. That was his, Junko situation. Like, he's like, yeah, we'll have some guy in there pretending to be me. Who cares? Because it's like, oh, the rich and powerful would run this. And if this technically happens after the events of the first game, then chronologically that would kind of make sense. He was a survivor. I know the Togami family probably doesn't mean anything in this day and age at this point, given, like, everything, but I don't know, man. I get the feeling the villain is somebody we know. I've got a pretty good theory on that. May the world remember your name. That's the ultimate glory, isn't it? What's it? Who had that phrase where it's just like you die twice? The first is when you breathe your last breath. The next one is when someone speaks your name for the last time, which is frightening. That is a frightening concept. I don't know. I think how you live in the present is a perfectly fine way of leaving a legacy. You don't need to leave a legacy. You just need to, like, live as good a life as you can. Just enjoy yourself, be good to each other, and it goes a long way. I don't know why it has to be anything bigger than that. I don't know why people get obsessed with legacy. This conversation's getting too dark. Let's... Legacy. That sounds like a bad Monokuma pun. Alright, I think it's about time for us to start booting this up. We got a trial to get to, guys. We gotta find out what the hell's happening here. How did Nagito kill himself? Alright guys, time to go! Okay, well let's check out the skills. I don't think I've gotten anything new, but now might be a good time to get that from Monami. Yeah, I've got everything. There. Better question, who's the killer? See, my theory is we don't know who the killer is, because even the killer doesn't technically know who they are. I think the killer's gonna come down to, who set the fire. And because we all technically threw those gas canisters and the poison at the fire, it could be any one of us, but we wouldn't know. There is a blackened among us, but even the blackened doesn't know who they are. So, shall I make comments that don't correlate to anything this entire trial because of my joke hatred for Nagito? That is absolutely fair. Go ahead, paper is paper. I want to know who you think it is, though. I want to guess of a single person. Ooh, you know what? It's either gonna be me, or it's gonna be somebody we really don't want it to be. And the way the game has built this up is, I wonder if it's gonna be Chiaki. And it's gonna be like, what? But you can't kill her. You can't kill Chiaki. She's the best girl. You can't do that. And that's what's gonna lead to, like, the final events of the game. If it's you, then it's the last game. It's like last game. Yeah, exactly. And admittedly, this game has kind of been doing that. So that's why I'm saying it could be me, but I could also see it being Chiaki, just to kind of cause, like, this uproar of, like, what? It can't be Chiaki. We can't kill Chiaki. Hey there, JJ. Welcome back to the stream. It was the one-armed man. It wasn't the one-eyed man? When you got executed. Yeah, which, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's no real stakes to it. Like, if it's me, just because, like, one, I'm not an ultimate. I'm just kind of there. Unless, like, I'm just an ordinary student. If that, I know they've said multiple times it's true, but, like, part of me kind of doesn't believe it anyway. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning something since the world's been turning. Alright, I've got 4 shards left to get something. So we should get something. Okay. Something increases the influence gauge, effective during the class trial. I don't know if I have envious influence. Slightly increases focus gauge. Menacing focus. Nope. Slightly steadies your aim. Reduces your aiming speed. In the improved Hangman's Gamut cannot be combined with Upshift. Yeah, no worries, paper is paper. It's remembering lyrics to songs is a combined effort, in my experience. And Envious Influence is Sonia's skill, I think. Oh, I never got that. I did get fairly far with Sonia, but I didn't get that far. I didn't get her panties. Increases your aiming speed, effective during non-stop debate. And, like, the aiming's not that big a deal. I don't understand why that's such a thing. Increases the speed of memorizing a statement. there's not too much left. Sharpness, ooh, no, but I think I do have fine sword. Yeah, I have it. It doesn't combine. Okay, never mind. Increases max speed. I don't know if I want to go faster. That seems like a disadvantage, to be honest. I always end up having to slow down. Increases turning power. It's both good and bad, yeah. But it's my last couple points. I don't want to spend it on something that's bad. Increases jumping power. I would say turn is better. Yeah, I'd say turn or jump would probably be better. Slightly increases the influence gauge. Extraordinary focus. Charisma, cool, and compose. Slightly steadies your aim. Okay, I'm back to turn or jump. Yeah. Max speed, turning. Ooh. Or jumping power. You know what? We'll go with turning. Yeah, we'll get that. Fun fact, at the end of the third trial, Fuyuhiko calls Gundam the supreme overlord of who gives a fuck. I vaguely remember that. I love both of them, though, even though Gundam turned out to be a murderer. But admittedly, Fuyuhiko almost turned out to be a murderer, so I think it's only fair. Set skills, because now I've got a new skill to equip here. Here we go. Maneuver. Man, look at how many skill points I could have used. Dang, I did not game this well enough. Admittedly, I wasted a couple sessions hanging out with Nagito because I thought I could. And I couldn't. So I'm just gonna give this a quick save first before we go over the truth bullets. Alright. Okay, there's some here. Alright, the victim is Nagito Komeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. Estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Like, there had to have been somebody who was doing this to him. What about now? Oh, wait. Is there a spear stabbed in his stomach? There are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. Like, that's weird. What is the deal with that? Anyway, both of Nagito's legs were tied with rope and each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. Rope that was tied to Nagito's right arm burned off. However, Nagito's right sleeve still looked clean. So he didn't burn to death. I didn't max out anyone when I played, unlike the first game where I maxed everyone. You know what? I don't think I maxed anybody in the first game. And I've only maxed one in the second game, and that was Chiaki. That was it. Survival knife that was stabbed into Nagito's right hand. The knife is from the military base. Safe to assume that the wounds on Nagito's legs and left arm were caused by this knife. There's a theory that Nagito's beauty soars through the sky, like they're drop-dead gorgeous. Oop, I met Nagito's parents. What, they're angels, and he's like the angel that fell from heaven? Is that what you're implying? Is that why so many fans love him? No, it's because he's like... Where Gundam is obviously meant to be a spoof of edgelords, Nagito is like the edgelord, the actual edgelord of the game. Not in like a dark demon sort of sense, but in like a conniving dickhead sense. And he's like mildly good looking, so just everybody's like, that one, I like the garbage man. Probably, I don't know, I hate so. I'm forgetting words left and right today. No worries, man, it's a Monday. We're all going through that today. Alright, let's go through these. Blood was splattered on the palm of Nagito's left hand. For some reason, the splatter cuts off in the middle of his palm. Also, the back of his left hand has an unnatural blood stain that's only above the middle joints of his fingers. Okay, so we kind of figured last session that he was holding onto the rope that had the spear. It was kind of over one of the beams, the cross beams, up top. So he got, it said that the blood from that probably came from the wound in his arm. So whoever it was cut his arm, got blood, and then afterwards he dropped it. Garbage Man is hot if that's Nagito. Gonna put on Danganronpa 2.5 for you after this paper. Don't look up what it is. Okay, I won't look up what it is. I imagine it's spoilers. Oh no, is that an evolution or devolution from your typos from before? Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape. However, the blood that splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape. The tape itself had a lot of crinkles in it, as if Nagito was desperately moving his mouth underneath it. Okay, so tape was on first before he got any of his stab wounds. Safe to say. The spear impaled through Nagito's stomach. A cord with an iron weight at the end of it extends from the back of the handle. For some reason, only the section where the cord and weight touch is bloody. Yeah, because he had it in his hand. Life-size Monokuma plushie that was found on the floor near the fire's origin point. It has a huge bloody hole in its stomach, as if it was stabbed. See, that's one of the things where I'm like, I'm not sure what this is, or what the cause was of that. Like, the fact that it's got a bloody stab wound in its stomach, and Nagito has a bloody stab wound in his stomach, is very suspect to me. Making fun of bone on the meat bone. A faint red line was on the ceiling girder inside the goods warehouse. Okay, yeah, because that was from the spear cord. A lot of tipped over Monokuma panels were scattered around the goods warehouse. In one area, the panels seemed to be laying on top of each other in a straight, orderly line. Almost like dominoes, you would say. Because they knocked it over when they came in, and knocked over the oil lighter. Found at the fire's origin point. Looks like this is what caused the fire. MP3 player that comes with speakers. The music that was blaring throughout the warehouse when Hajime and the others arrived was coming from this. I mean, at least it wasn't stuck in the middle with you. Sonia secretly used one of the bombs from the military base from the ancient ruins and found out that the bombs were fake. At the time, Monami was apparently peeking at the whole thing. Monokuma knew all along that the bombs were fake. However, he apparently never revealed that fact to anyone. The diary that Monami updated every day. Or did she? According to Monokuma, Monami can't write. She is illiterate. She lacks opposable thumbs. It's a voodoo Monokuma doll. It might be. Who knows? That Monokuma doll is in Spain, but the S is silent. Oh. Yes, it is in pain. These were hidden at Nagito's cottage under his bed. So whoever it was who set it up was supposed to be wearing that, I'm assuming. Like, that wasn't meant for him, I'm pretty sure. Olaf, I'm not sure if I said hello, but welcome back to the stream. Found at Nagito's cottage under his bed, it's a round, thin piece of aluminum paper. Yeah, because that is from something, but I don't know what from. Maybe it's from the mask? Yeah, maybe that's from, like, the bit around the mask. So, like, it's been used. It's fresh. Monokuma special poison. Poison found inside the refrigerator at Nagito's cottage. The warning label on the back of the bottle states, "This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than water, or heavier than air. Breaks down in minutes, and it is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight." Okay, so that was the stuff that was obviously in the fire extinguisher canisters, and it set off as soon as it hit the fire. This file contains the Hope's Peak Academy student profiles for all 16 students participating in the school trip. Due to the fact that Monokuma forged the traitor's profile, looking at this won't help identify who the traitor is. Alright, so I think we're good. I think we're good to get started, guys. Difficulty, yeah, we'll stay at kind. Alright. Nagito needs to clean his cottage, sheesh. Next thing you know, you're gonna find war criminal driver's license down there. Well, I mean, somebody drove the car.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
It's the last one.
During the class trial, you will present your
With
arguments for who the killer is, and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive
I love the
punishment.
X on Gundams. It's like a...
Wrong
It's a oh, I don't know what font that is off the top of my head, but that is like a fancy X. Gonna find his fanfics. He writes supernatural fanfiction. He was devastated by Death Steal.
I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh, and Monami's pissed. Oh, yeah.
Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
I've had a change of management. Someone else is in charge now, and they're fucking pissed. She's not tied up? No. No, she's not hanging. No, she is not enjoying this.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon.
Gundam's X. I'm not like other X's. Oh, that is like exactly. No response. Wow. Okay, this is very interesting. Okay.
One more time. Jeez, how about this one?
Your attacks have no effect.
This will be my final blow.
Oh, this is eerie. I like this.
It's useless.
Please stop. I feel bad for Monomi.
I think that is the first time somebody has said those words in this whole game.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
Nagito, the character everybody loves the most.
Who in
Well,
the
I mean,
world
players
killed
seem to really like him.
I'm
The other
so
characters hate him.
curious.
Who killed him? I wonder.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
I'm too stupid to be the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Monokuma's like, please, I feed on the conflict. Please. Delicious conflict. The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Probably not. I can imagine Nagito saying, taking a close look at this rope in the third trial and just swinging around, just... Or... Da-da-da-da. Yeah, there's not too many of us left here. Torture wound, survival knife, duct tape, Monokuma plushie. Oh my goodness, there's quite a bit here. The account, panels. Okay.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
No.
So, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Yeah, you would never. That's not a Yakuza thing to do at all. Okay. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? I know this is technically cheating. I have to... Yeah, we'll try this again. No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? No, because he had tape on his mouth.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
There we go. Alright. Yeah, because the tape was put on before the blood.
Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape,
so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh, already? Wow, okay.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
What?
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
I was just pretending to act stupid. Stupid? Alright, I don't know what. Torture lens, burned rope, survival. Oh, I don't know what he wants me to use here. Torture wounds, I guess?
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Alright, we
He
advance.
taped his mouth shut. How is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was
What?
close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
They taped Nagito's mouth after getting information from him. But then why would they then torture him? Okay, so it is torture wounds. Blood on the tape, right? Is that evidence? No, it's just duct tape. Duct tape is that evidence. That's why I was wondering if maybe torture wounds might be it, just because the wounds happened after the tape. So, if they got information from him, and then they taped his mouth, why would they then cut him up? That wouldn't make any sense. Read their descriptions. Okay. Torture wounds. Both of his legs were tied with... prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered in a lot of stab wounds. Okay. Survival knife. Stabbed in his right hand. The knife is from the military base. The wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by this knife. I don't think... oh, the spear. That was another one. Cord with an iron weight at the center of it extends from the back. The handle, for some reason, only the selection with the cord and weight touches bloody. I don't know if tape was technically on there. Check the tape? Like, the tape does say it. Had a lot of crinkles in it, as if he was desperately moving his mouth underneath it. So is it the tape? Here. See if I can change this. That clearly contradicts the truth. If he had listened to me until the very end, I wouldn't have to go to the trouble of repeating myself.
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured and got information. Then, after they killed him...
Allow me to cut through those words.
There we go. Alright, so it was the tape. See, I didn't think it was gonna have me use the tape twice. That was my thinking. Oh, and that's why you said I shouldn't have had to repeat myself if you just let me finish what I was gonna friggin' say the first time. The tape.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors. We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
See, you know Chiaki's getting serious because she goes, we don't need to play a game.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
Oh, I hope so. Chiaki's my girlfriend. I hope she has a crush on me. Are you in elementary school or something? Also, by the way, that is rich having Kazuichi say that when he's been, like, drooling after Sonia for the whole damn game.
You were with us when I
Can't
peeled
believe
the
my
duct
cousin
tape
to be
off
put in such
Nagito's
a
mouth,
voice.
right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
She's right.
Blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
Hey Kay, are you doing alright seeing your guy like this?
And the duct
I mean,
tape
I'm
had
not
a lot
super fond of it
crinkles around his
either,
mouth.
but
He must have been
I'm
struggling
fine.
to
Okay,
open
yeah,
his
you've
mouth
seen this
under the
before.
duct tape.
You're desensitized to this.
Perhaps the
If
duct
it's
tape was
even
used so he
him.
wouldn't be able to scream.
Yeah, maybe.
Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They were trying to kill him. They don't care if they hurt him.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
But whom? I wonder who that could be. I wonder if any of us here would not be big fans of Nagito.
Then, are you
I have to say
saying the
though,
killer
John's
was
making
trying
Nagito
to
look
make
10
him
times
suffer?
better. Zombie Byakuya. Killer was trying to make him suffer? I mean, it seems that way.
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard.
Baby Gangsta's right. Why would anybody hate Nagito? No reason.
If not,
He's
they
just such a
wouldn't have taken
lovable
the time to
guy.
set fire to
He's
the
just
crime
got that
scene and destroy
magnetism,
all
you
the
know?
evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
I don't think so. Who knows?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse. Yeah, and right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back. Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
Just, we didn't start the fire. I mean, we did, though. Like, let's be honest. Based on the evidence we have right now, we absolutely set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Yeah, given that this is a murder in this game, yeah, that's probably a pretty safe bet. I thought she said possible.
Some kind of setup?
She's from another
Like
country.
what?
She doesn't speak Japanese super hot. Pause nipple. See, Automod's fine with that, but alright.
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
Sonya's kind of giving off some... she knows a little bit more than she's letting on. I don't know. First she was standing up for Monami. Now she's kind of on the right track here. Automod will allow it.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
She is very smart. She's also not interested in you, dude.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
She doesn't get to decide. This is not... she's not the princess here. Do you think Sonia is a robot still? Yeah. Yeah, I think she's still a robot. I once laughed so hard I got friends.
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. Alright, time for another argument. Robot princess. I mean, we've already had a robot coach, so why not? Oil lighter. The panels, maybe. It's the lighter or the panels?
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Yeah,
Some
so
kind
tiny.
of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Nope.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter,
Oh my
it can
god.
stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way? Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused
Oh.
intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
Okay, alright, I know what I need to use it at. It's the panels, but at that first part of the statement. Is she the ultimate imposter? Ooh, so then was that Byakuya Togami the whole time and he did just get fat? Some kind of setup was used to start that fire, so what could it be? Okay, I can probably
The direct
skip
cause
ahead
of
a
the
little
fire,
bit.
the oil lighter found
The killer used something, lit the curtain on.
some kind of setup.
Did they use the oil?
They probably just based on the shape it can stand up.
If they tipped over, it could.
Yeah, like she's setting this up.
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
That's stupid.
Or perhaps opening the door caused.
I agree with that.
Thicky Togami. That's a cursed sentence,
Also
papers,
agree that
paper.
opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
Sorry guys, we can't hear Monokuma talk because of the clapping of Byakuya's ass cheeks. I was playing NFS, decided to get paint job for the car from the community, was scrolling and suddenly half black, half white with a certain stuffed animal on the hood. Ooh. Well, you gotta get that one.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like
Nice
they were
choice,
scattered
Olaf,
everywhere,
yeah.
but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
And it says despair on the back in pink. Oh, that's great. I love that. Was it inverted Monami? Favorite car.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A literal domino effect. Also, I feel like Fuyuhiko should be smarter than, like, he should pick up on this faster. He's not stupid. He's a smart guy.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
I mean, it's also a game, but, I mean, that's fair.
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that
Burning
those big
Man.
panels were falling
No,
over?
it was just burning sleeve. Bruh, he looks like a smudge on the layout.
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
Also, there was very loud music playing, so he wouldn't have heard them fall over either. Who sneezed in the diagram?
The reason the warehouse was dark.
No, it's glue.
Hide the domino.
Chiaki, don't eat it!
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. It was the music.
I see.
Aha!
You're
Better put
talking
this
about the
glue in
MP3
my
player,
mouth
right?
hole. You're talking about the MP3 player, right?
That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Chiaki just couldn't get enough. She's gotta get more of that glue. She doesn't sniff it, she just eats it. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Plus, fireworks. That'll do it. And then that darkness allowed hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. I never know whether it's hymnal? Hymnal? Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's real damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's
Yeah, I
it.
think that's right. Okay.
So the strange
Just gonna
sound
boof it
was
next.
actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Yeah, Kane had to give it a good kick. It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. Those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protests and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Nagito having a seizure in the third chapter and no one giving a crap.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter. Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse. I see. So the problem Chiaki's talking about is... Yeah, the killer couldn't have left.
I see.
If the panel was so close to the door
Well,
that it could barely
I have to
be
keep
opened.
reminding myself the game still thinks there's a killer. I have to play along with that until we get to the point where it's like, there wasn't like a clear killer. Not in the usual sense with this game.
The killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
Yeah, she's looking nervous.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder,
Hajime? What do you mean?
the person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse, there's only one person who could have done that. Oh, and it's a bloody X! Look at that!
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
It was me. It was me, Dio.
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
He orchestrated his own suicide. The fool, the crazy fool.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
It was me. I'm also. He can't be the blackened and the victim at the same time. Sakura did that last time, and it was kind of a downer ending to that trial. Ah,
His
Gundam
body
Nagito's
was covered
X is
in
trying to be
torture
quirkier
wounds.
than yours.
Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
That's the thing I'm curious about. It's the stabbing wounds, especially through the hand. Like, how would that have happened? The suicide was supposed to be last chapter. You're too late, Nagito.
But
He was mixing up the order a little
might
bit.
do something like that, don't you think?
He would.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
That's another thing. I'm like,
Yeah, you're right.
somebody had to
Yeah.
help him.
As long as you understand.
Maybe it was Monokuma.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but he's very flexible. I feel like I'm overlooking something. Are we doing a logic dive? No, okay. Torture wounds, burned rope, survival knife, duct tape. Survival knife?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
I mean, he technically did
Much
with the
with the
first
free
one.
arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
What?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Akane brings out the dirty jokes every once in a while. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to yeet him into the ocean, though. Could, but with his dead body. Gonna saved us a lot of trouble. Alright, let's look what we got here. Our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct. Nagito should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right? No. I wonder if he did get help though. Like, it's...
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Okay. He should have tied himself up too. Yeah, tail. Okay, so let me take another look at these.
To actually
It's
tie
quite
up
a
your own
tail.
arms and legs.
Okay, so it's not the duct
That's
tape.
obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one
Lighter.
thing, but tying both
The
arms would be
fleshy
impossible.
isn't anything. Torture
You
wounds.
couldn't do much with the free arm.
Survival knife?
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Protect for the next game. Needs to remember the
Dirty joke.
rules.
Is that a dirty joke?
Lose the trial, you get yeeted. Alright. I wonder if I have to use... if I need to absorb that statement, where it's just like, you couldn't do it if you were by yourself. Or like, you would need somebody else. Let me try that.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
Let me try something.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
By yourself. Okay.
Dirty joke. Is that a dirty joke?
This might not work, but I'm just trying to think of what I could use.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Nope. Okay. That was my first boo-boo of the trial. We're fine.
Crap.
I got mad. No, I've made a mistake. I need to think it over one more time. Ooh, that's a big hit.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Okay. Fleshy,
That's
the
obviously
panels, the
impossible.
torture wounds. Okay. I gotta revisit some of these. Okay, so it's... His legs were sharp as tied nearby pillars. Prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. So maybe it's the fairies helped him. I wonder if it's the burned rope. He was tied to Nagito's right arm, burned off. However, Nagito's right sleeve still looked clean. That's the only thing I can think of I could use, because admittedly, I don't know how he's done this. So I'm kind of at a bit of a loss right now. What else do we have here? Survival knife. One of the Nagito Kimis tied him up. They might have. Let's see. Had the duct tape already. Clean sleeve. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be the burned rope. I'm just trying to think of where to
Tying
use
just
that.
the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
Yeah, I know, a bot fell
Couldn't
into
do
the
much with the
chat
free
there.
arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
Nope, nope, not there. Maybe I had to use it right off the bat.
Crap.
Oh no, that's the focus
To actually
gauge.
tie up your own arms and legs.
There we go.
No, that's
Right
not.
off the bat. Alright, we got there, we got there. Sonia's friend or Mekamaru's? Maybe.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
Monokuma is sus if you ask me. Oh, 100%.
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Proof that the burnt rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap. His right sleeve.
I see.
It's clean.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural.
It's the work of a
That
demon.
rope was burned in advance, so it
There, I
wouldn't
solved
look
the
like it
case,
was burned
guys.
in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
At some point, yes. Until he couldn't.
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
I don't like that.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Oh, man. Sonia comes out of nowhere with some of these lines.
That's definitely wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong. I don't like that either.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
We're Japanese. Benjamin don't mean anything.
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Sonia and Akane have the best
That
lines.
much is obvious.
There's some good lines in this game. I don't know. Gundam I thought had some good lines too. Chiaki's got some fun ones. This game's full of good lines.
Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
Wait, she paid me now? Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
What?
Then hurry up and spill it.
But I don't know.
If it's something lame, I'll make you get back to Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. How do you do that? What, you slam it down and then hold it up, sort of thing? Like, the knife is upright and you... Nagito doing the half renegade until they show up and find him. It's okay, there's definitely an answer for this. I thought Fuyuhiko was the Yakuza, not Akane. Yeah, she's extorting him. Oh, this isn't gonna be a Hangman's Gambit, is it? Okay. Use the Force. And the girders. Okay, I'm assuming it's the survival knife.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe. He's
Maybe
lucky.
He dropped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it?
That's what I was thinking.
Propped it onto what?
The
If he
plushie?
just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Okay, so it's the plushie. Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, then how did he do it? I'm trying to remember where the plushie was in relation to this. I thought it was further away. I think somebody's moved it. The only unlucky part about him is his looks. The plushie killed him, I knew it! I mean, Monokuma's behind all of this, and he's kind of a plushie, so... Yes, Olaf, you did call it. How did he do it? Okay, where's the Monokuma?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert?
No.
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
There we go.
I agree with that.
Of course I'm gonna agree with Chiaki. Every time.
life-size Monokuma plushie. He
It's
must
hard to
have
live with
used
all
that
this
to prop the
foreknowledge.
knife.
Quite a burden. Yeah. It's a gift, Olaf. You should treasure it.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
See, that was what I was trying to figure out, is what was the hole and why was it bloody? Like, that's such a weird thing. So, okay, that mystery has been solved.
He inserted the knife
The why's
handle
over
into the hole
there?
to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. That's it. He had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
DM me for lottery numbers. How can you stab his right hand with his right hand? He's on X Games mode.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
I'd almost say that's not even really a trick. That's just like a complicated way of stabbing yourself in the hand.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
Oh, that'd be a good dream.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer
Point is,
needed
why
the
stab
plushie,
himself?
So he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
I imagine he did it to make it, like, to throw them off the trail, to make it seem like somebody else did it. That's the only thing I can think of that he would do that.
Probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear.
Oh, well, we
Basically,
know
you're saying
this.
Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right?
Yes, that is correct.
If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito.
Ooh, you know what I just realized? We've got an inconsistency here. If we've factor in the combat knife. If the knife was in the Monokuma plushie this whole time, how did the slash marks happen? Because I imagine the knife would have needed to have been propped in the plushie the whole time. So the one and only time he could use it was to slam his hand through it. But we found in our evidence that the cuts were done by the combat knife. So what is the truth here? Anyway, back to the spear. We already know what happened with the spear, but let's go through it.
If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution.
Nah, I believe in him. I think he could go through a lot of
If
pain.
you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Sonia, no. Stop. I know Japanese is not your first language, but you need to stop. She needs to be stopped. 2 knives? I mean, maybe.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by
No,
something so big
don't
and thick,
say it
you would
again.
die instantly.
No. Kazuichi's gonna pop a boner in the middle of the trial. No.
I need to record it. For reasons.
For reasons. For science.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
I know, now it's up to Hajime and Fuyuhiko to be like, dude, keep it in your pants. Calm down. Calm down.
Like she said, in
Oh,
that
she's got the
condition,
hoodie.
it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
He could handle the pain. He already went through the pain of existing. I mean, that would probably be his excuse.
It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
No, we're not saying that.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
It couldn't have been someone else, because everybody loved him. He was so well liked by his friends. That, like she said from Chiaki, scared me for a second.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right?
Had a lot of willpower to endure that much pain.
That's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone.
Ooh, Monami's calling the shots now, guys.
If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
I want to see her plan. I want to see Monami's plan.
Monomi sassing me.
But
She's not
just as
gonna
Monokuma
take
said,
it.
we've been betrayed over and over again so far.
Oh
So
my.
this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Supposed to arrive earlier here. Had a call that extended for too long. Oh, no worries. I kind of started, I don't want to say late, but like right on time, so no worries.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Among Us! She said the name of the game. Different game. Sure you all missed me, I'm sorry. We did.
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Conveniently doesn't include Sonia.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone.
She believes in the power of friendship.
No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer. But suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Monami threatens to stab Monokuma like that plushie. Yo, if Monami stabbed Monokuma a bunch of times, she'd be like, I know he's gonna come back, but that felt really good to do anyway.
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together.
Okay, we're about to do a logic dive.
That's how.
Je
We
suis
made
mon
it
ami.
this far till now. Everyone working together.
Yes, working together, solving the problem. She's right, we made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then, even now.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, it's the blood on the left hand. Or that is, Jesus is Monami.
Himself with a spear. Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
Not quite.
If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail.
Oh my god, not again with the tail.
Guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
The blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
This has gone off the rails. Seeing Stranger Things in this game wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I mean, that is true. If Nagito committed suicide, then he must have used that spear to stab himself. Even if his arms and legs were tied up, there's no doubt he used some part of his body. Well, I mean, Akane said it was his front tail. The only thing he could have used is...
How did Nagito stab himself? Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
Yes.
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No! There, got it.
No, that's wrong.
I thought maybe I could get around it, but no, it's like, you gotta shoot it. That's the game.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his
Dem
left
words
hand.
into way. I know, you gotta shoot dem words.
The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain.
I
But
praise
it's not
you,
the
O
only
Ratatouille.
unnatural bloodstain.
Waiting for the part where you consent with the front tail. Well, that's why it was like, you could have taken her statement, and I was like, I wonder if somebody's done that.
Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joint of his finger.
He was holding something.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit.
Ooh, imagination time, yay!
If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
What was Nagito's left hand doing when the blood splattered? Gripping.
I see. When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Nagito's front tail reaches all the way up to his outstretched hand.
Here's the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear! Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild.
Really? The slashes in the arm?
He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
What weapon was used to stab Byakuya Teru's front tail? Oh no! Elephant trunks. No! No, I hate it.
But even if he held the spear with his tied up left
I mean,
hand,
those pants are
it'd be
pretty tight.
impossible
There's
for
no
him to
way.
stab himself.
That's right, that's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think?
Let's just think about it. I'm not reading that out loud, but yes, paper is paper. I see your statement.
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
She's not falling asleep in the middle of a trial. She's
At times
thinking.
like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Wapow! This chat is degenerating more than usual. I know. Well, admittedly, Akane started it by talking about her front tail nonsense.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
I got it!
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was
okay.
gripping.
Which section of the spear was he holding on to? The hand, the cord.
I see.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut off section about the same size as a human fist?
I don't know. I would say that looks like a baby fist, but okay.
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh?
Would that be like a paper's paper? Would that be like a male Hooters?
And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
I'm glad we got a little illustration to show us.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
Well, he didn't swing it then. He swung it earlier. He only sells seafood, though. Hey, that's not a bad thing. Admittedly, Hooters has some pretty decent crab legs, I'll be honest. Oh, jeez, Gua. Not sure if it would be successful. I don't know. Magic Mike made a lot of money, and that movie was just depressing. That wasn't even fun to watch. Small hands, big. Damn it, this is getting off track,
That is
guys.
where the clue to solve this mystery resides, right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the sphere? Sphere.
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
What? This is this is
At a
not
time
the
like
intermission.
this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
Psh, garbage plan, Chiaki.
That's a long plan name.
As long as there are Nagito Sims, I'll be rolling in the dough.
One step at a time. What does that mean? Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just like before that... That's it. Could it be? My mind is falling in the gutter with all this talk of stabbing shafts and butts. As it should. Hey, this is a family game. This is a family stream. Yeah, we're falling pretty far off track, guys. The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure it out. Where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Okay, I think it's time for some Tony Hawk Pro Skater, guys. No! Oh, okay. I thought it said Hangman's Gambit there for a second. I was about to be like, nope. Alright, what? Hello. Oh. Oh, ah, crap. Here, I get it. I'm getting there. Eh. Here we go. Question 1. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Above Nagito. There we go. Whoa, hello. What are you? Oh, hello. No. No, no, no. Go away. Ooh. Question 2. Besides the spear, what else is above Nagito? The ceiling girder. Here we go. Okay. Oh, hello. Whoa. See, I can't... Maybe I should slow down. Okay, question 3. What connects both the spear... The spear's cord. Yeah. There we go. Oh, God. There we go. Made it to the Rainbow Bridge. We're good. Alright. We're just pouring gasoline on the fire after Akane and Sonia started it. Yeah, pretty much. Come on down to... I'm not saying that out loud. Bring your kids for the family discount.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
Oh man, that would be like deadly. Oh my god, if Nagito had ESP.
That'd be awesome, but...
It wouldn't be
probably
awesome,
used
but
the
okay.
ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
Sloppy. Sloppy.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling.
ESP, yeah, like psychic powers. Extrasensory... Forget what the P stands... yeah, extrasensory powers is I think what it stands for, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, it's like psychic powers, essentially. Like Matilda or Carrie. Extrasensory perception. Thank you, JJ. It's like one of those Christmas decorations that move back and forth.
So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Serious? He really committed suicide?
Like Sayaka from the first game.
Like that?
Oh yeah, she did keep saying that, didn't she? She's like, 'cause I can read your mind. Just kidding.
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I don't know, maybe they just had a real big bone to pick with them. I don't
agree.
know.
When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was.
Not like the other cases that were very straightforward and very normal. This one was the weird one.
Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide?
See, Fuyuhiko and I were in the same camp. We're like, he's not actually dead. He's not dead. Yeah, right. I had a lot of time to kill, so, you know, I decided to kill myself. Hey, what are you gonna do, right? They were just spear fans.
Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping a spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end.
He's just going about his business, just like, you know, just stab, 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 slice, stab, 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 and then, alright, we're good, let's go.
Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Yeah, he didn't falter for a second.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far?
Yes!
Beyond crazy. Why would he do
I don't know,
that
he
to
felt like he
himself?
needed to. It was a setup.
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
That's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
Yeah, he kind of hated us towards the end there.
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
I mean, not a big surprise at this point.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Of the well, that's our Nagito. What are you gonna do? Cue laugh track. Credits roll. Nagito being a moron even in death? Shocking! Jeez, I was starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I'd forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
No, I don't think so.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick.
You're lucky his malice didn't take the form of evil Boo.
He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
Cutely stabs self while singing favorite songs to make it look like he was squeaming. Ooh, ooh, I stabbed myself.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion.
No, sorry, I was just wondering something. I was like, could Fuyuhiko be the traitor? Because it's like he's a character who... No, but then he wouldn't have... No, he wouldn't have committed the murder. Like, he wouldn't have come up with the plan with Peko. No, never mind. That was a foolish thing to suggest.
Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
Literally, my life is beaches every single night. Messy puns, Christmas lights, literally. What? Paper's paper, I have no idea.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense.
You mean like a lot of this? Then yes.
It's probably just my imagination.
No, I trust her instincts. What is it? Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is? Or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
No. Is that a real song? That's what I was wondering. I'm like, that's not ringing any bells. That song.
What are you thinking, Connie?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
No.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh?
No, it's really not. Heard it on TikTok. Oh, okay.
That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm an old person. I'm not on TikTok. I've seen TikToks. I'm not on TikTok. I'm an old person.
It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
I wouldn't say this is a happy ending, though.
Then it's okay? It's okay to say,
No.
you've decided on the killer?
Nope. We're not doing that.
Understood. Then voting
No.
time.
No, hold on a sec.
He wants to kill us so badly.
Hold on.
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But
For context, you tell a story like I scared my teacher and she had a heart attack while dancing to it. Oh, while dancing to it. I mean, that's TikTok.
I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
We need to solve all the mysteries.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here, I thought we were finally finished.
I'm not sure what she's referring to in particular. Like, I know what the issue is. I know what it is, but I don't know specifically. Something related to Nagito's death, a piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Is it the Academy file? Oh,
crap!
oh no, I pressed the wrong, I meant to inspect it. We're not finished Kazuichi, still 40 minutes of stream left. I know. No, something else related to his death, a piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. His time of death, though. Is it the file?
I see!
Yeah, it's the file. He can't mess with the file.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it. Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
I mean, it's not the first time he's messed with the file. Well, I say that Monokuma messing with the file. Yeah, because it says the time of death was at noon. Hajime's okay be wobbling. Well, what else is it for? Body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. No, that's not right. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki's worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Oh, it's the time of death, but... Oh, friggin' Hangman's Gambit. Time of death, okay. Oh my god. Oh, crap. What? Oh, no, that's not it, is it? Oh gosh. I don't know. What? What? Of... Oh no, I don't know what it is. Wait. I can't pause it. Okay. Because I thought it was time of death. But there's no T. Like, I don't know what it is. Oh god, I hate Hangman's Gambit. Improved Hangman's Gambit. That is a lie. First word is 5 letters, yeah. No, it's not time then. So what is it? Of death. Order? O-R-D-E-R. Order of death? Oh god. Oh crap. Okay. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe Order of Death? Uh-oh. Nope. Ah, crud. Okay. I don't know what it is. Shoot. We need stab wounds. You didn't want to leave a chance, huh? Oh, cause of death. God damn it. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. I'm terrible at Hangman's Gambit. I am the worst at this one. Okay. Thank you for the hint, guys. Oh god, there's so many. Oh god. There's so many. Oh god. Cause. Where's F? Oh god. Oh god, where's an S? Oh god, there's so many. Oh god, I'm gonna die, aren't I? I'm clicking it. Oh god. I'm so bad at this. Oh no, A. I need T. Oh god, I'm so terrible at this game. I need T. H. No, I needed that H. Oh god, I need that. Oh god, I almost died, guys. God, I hate this. Okay. I hate Hangman's Gambit. I hate that one. I will do the rhythm game I will take over Hangman's Gambit. I hate Hangman's Gambit. Oh my goodness, forgot the L. Ho ho ho, we're having Christmas in November. Santa Killer in Silent Night, Deadly Night he is. Yeah, it's the Killer Santa movie. Baby dolls. Garbage Day. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. Did you believe that the Hangman Gambit gets harder? What? Oh no, guys, I'm probably gonna fail one of these before the end of the game. That was a war of attrition. Good job surviving. Barely. I barely survived. I deserve, like, no compliments on that. That was just scraping by. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
You did great.
The sphere in Nagito's
I fumbled
stomach.
my way through it,
It is
somehow.
obvious just by looking at it that it
It's
was
been
a
one of the
cause
last few
death.
ones screaming all the way through it. Oh, well, you couldn't hear it, but I was mentally screaming through that one. Just not guys make her feel. No, don't. This is a place of truth. I fumbled through that Hangman's Gambit.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Yeah, the spear wasn't important. It's cause of death, of course it's. Jeez.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth.
Fifth.
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say. But even during Dennis'
Oh no, we missed out on Monami's commentary.
case,
What a crime.
the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Yep, she's
Are
right.
you saying that applies this time too?
Yes.
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death?
More than meets the eye, you would say. Well, I mean, you've only got the one eye for Yuhiko, but I mean, it's a figure of speech.
Are you suggesting again that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
Well, now we're changing it back. Take one of those bad earbud mics and record the last Hangman's Gambit. They now have the screeches of Satan.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Dramatic close-up of a portrait of a dead man. Maybe a dead man. Assisted suicide. It was a sewer slide. Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily?
No. It's gotta be more complicated than that.
I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
Yep, it's truly the best of friendships. It's like, that asshole would not do it this easily.
What friendship?
What? We were like BFFs, dude.
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote?
No.
I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
Alright, so actually, I'm gonna take this quick moment. I just need to take a really quick bathroom break, guys. I will be right back. I promise. I'll just be like 1 minute. I'll be right back. Sorry. Alright, I'm back. Ooh, what's this? She leaves the best girl off. Leaves the best girl of this room. Well, there, I gave you something nice to look at while I was gone. There you go. Could have had friendship, but then we would have been two pretty best friends. Ain't never seen that. Never seen two pretty best friends. One of them's always gotta kind of be,
You were right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Well, I've seen the odd one of the two pretty best friends thing. I saw it as a meme somewhere else. I've yet to see the TikTok version of it, but yes, I know it's the whole, like, one of them's gotta be ugly. Spend too much time on TikTok. Hey, it's a good time waster, right? You're right, we only get one chance to vote after all. Yeah, and it's, life or death, not a big deal or anything, guys. Tim talk.
Just to be safe.
Is that the Tim Heidecker version of TikTok? Which would probably actually do pretty well, all things considered, probably. It's just Celery Man.
Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
Ooh, I'll take Kit Kat. That's, like, my favorite chocolate bar.
This is friggin' annoying.
Well, it's life or death, Kazuichi. Kinda don't have much of a choice here, buddy. Just ate a Kit Kat. Oh, damn. Just a regular one or, like, one of, like, the special flavors? Because, ooh, the green tea one's good. I really like that one. I would watch Celery Man in my dreams. What, you don't dream of Celery Man? Breaking off a piece of that applesauce. Fancy feast.
But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Oh, from the variety pack, okay. Yeah, we ran out of those pretty quick in our box. Yeah, it's Fancy Feast. Nobody tell him. You guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out. Yeah, you're kind of outvoted, Kazuichi.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
JJ's the kind of guy who doesn't break each of the bars, he takes a whole bite like a monster. But hey, that's why they came up with Kit Kat Chunkies. So you can just bite into it, and it's not a big deal. That's why Kit Kat Chunkies exist, and those are delicious. I love those.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end.
Friendship, power of
If we work
friendship.
together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Aww. Splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
The power of friendship. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said that was what he was yearning for. Then this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. There's a lot of silent staring happening after this big, nice, powerful speech of friendship. Not unnerving at all. Dismantle. Why can't people just eat Kit Kat bars normally? I mean, you can eat it however you want. There's no law. The police aren't gonna show up at your door. Man, he's loving this. Man. Intermission. What? We still got another, like, 25 minutes to go. Guess we're gonna have to keep going, guys. But that means we're gonna end up stopping in the middle. Or, I don't know. I'll take it by... Eat layer by layer. Man, if you can break that wafer layer by layer, good for you. Alright, so for those who have played the game, I know typically the intermission is a good place to cut it. But if I do continue for like another 20 to 25 minutes, I am gonna have to stop. But is it gonna really throw us in the middle of something? Like, is that gonna like completely wreck our pacing? Is what I'm saying. Cops will show up and say, break me off a piece. Gang in chat, let me know, should I continue or should we call it here? Because I'm good to go for like another 20 minutes, but if it's gonna, for those who know the game and know the pacing of this trial, is that a good idea or a bad idea? I feel like you might find more cliffhanger-y moments anyway. Might be good to play longer next session after the trial. That is true, that was another thing I was thinking of as well. It would give us a bit more buffer time. I prefer taking the punishment all at once. Alright, I've been told to keep playing, so we're gonna keep playing. Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Mon ami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. There's a lot of silent treatment happening right now. There's some stuff that happens after the trial ends which you might want to see right away. That will be next session though. Yeah, like I know I'm not gonna finish the trial this session, but I would like to go like an extra 20 minutes. We got the time. All right, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone. So, Mon ami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I always have to be hated that much? I'm only nice. I'm nice to everyone. Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend you know. We aren't even friends in the first place. Then, as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands for that. I mean, she's right. I knew enough Fujoshi in my time. There is absolutely a market for that. For the people that played V3, it's Miu's birthday. Oh, I still need to start that paper. What? I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. Yes, I would like to save. Also, Monokuma don't like reverse harems. Hey!
By now, there's nothing more for me to say.
There are some excellent reverse harems out there, okay? And that's not even talking about, like, the fan servicey elements. You've got Fruits Basket, which is wholesome and sweet and wonderful. You've got Uran High School Host Club, which is hilarious. There are some excellent, games. Or, like, there's some excellent reverse harem shows. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought there. Finished chapter 2, I've been feeling very tense running around with 1 HP. I'm Mon ami. By now there's nothing more for me to say.
Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now.
Power of
Everyone
friendship.
is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation.
Yes, she's gonna fight back. Maybe. I don't know.
That's basically it.
Oh, okay.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear.
Which would be logical, because he had a giant spear sticking out of his chest.
It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities.
If something other than a spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That wouldn't kill you.
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
No.
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Overlooked, huh?
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly. We should cooperate at a time like this.
Teamwork makes the team work. A fatal wound that wasn't the spear. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we need to find out what it is no matter what. Make your argument. Alright. Duct tape. Probably the poison.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds,
I gotta gain back my health.
Bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something that can't be seen, maybe he choked
ghost.
himself with a sleeper hold. Or liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
Okay, so if it's something we couldn't it's okay, so it's either to Sonia's statement it was something we couldn't see. Or it was like the choking one too. The real cause of his death or something overlooked. Crispy Nagito. Alright.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand. It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
Nah.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
There we go.
I agree with that.
Yes! You choke on what, a sandwich? Well, no, it would have been the gas. I'm assuming it
Totally forgot about
asphyxiates.
that possibility.
Mind you, that's me making an assumption. I assumed it was like a gas that would make you asphyxiate. You would choke. Somebody farted, the gas is deadly. Fart gas!
If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
Because we found some!
I remember when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage,
Somebody farted, the
I
gas
discovered
is
something
deadly.
really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing.
As opposed to the poisons that are really good for plants and seasoning food.
I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
That I didn't know.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What is that?
Well, I mean, Yakuza, I guess.
Well, even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
Maybe he did it beforehand. No.
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
No.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
Wow, overvaluing it.
His
Okay.
mouth was covered with duct tape. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no. No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
No.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
The way the poison entered Nagito's body. The answer's written on the warning label? I should think carefully and try to remember it. Okay. Alright, we can do this. It's just logic dive. Oh, crap. Off to a great start. I might actually die on the logic dive. There we go. I should have just gone on the edges. Whoa, hello. Oh, God. Well. Okay. Question 1. What state was the poison in when it affected Nagito? It was a gas. Alright. That's the thing, I actually might die here just because my health is low enough that if I just bump into anything, like, that's what's gonna do it. Oh, here we go. Alright. Okay. Whoa, hello. Wow, okay. I kinda, wow. Okay. Wow. What the hell? Man, going at a crawl here. Wow, okay. How did the poison enter his body? Through his nose. Couldn't be through his mouth. Alright. Alright. Yeah, try and pick up a little bit of speed. Here we go, here we go. Oh, oh there we go. Alright. Alright. It was just 2. We're good. We're good. Fuyuhiko got your present. Is that a glass of milk for Fuyuhiko so he can grow big and strong? And he snorted the poison. A Maradona? This triangle. I'm not following.
What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Just took a big ol' huff.
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, the liquid is very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
Because Monokuma shoved us out the door real quick. The reason we didn't breathe in the poisonous gas, I should be able to explain that mystery too. Or the sprinklers.
I see.
There, I'm slowly getting that bar back.
Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
Man, that Hangman's Gambit really screwed me over. God damn. Fuyuhiko's lactose intolerant. Lactose and tolerant. But you know he needs to pick up his tall game. One taller than him. 1 inch. 1.5 inch taller than him. Man, I'm the same height as Fuyuhiko. There's nothing wrong with that. Although now I know roughly how tall I am compared to everybody else in the game, so.
Because of the sprinklers?
Whoops.
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
Damn you dwarves. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes, and it is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that form the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers!
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
And also, it was further away.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a
Dwarf,
possibility
at least you have a nice
anymore.
beard.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poison.
We're getting there,
The wounds
guys.
on
We're
his
getting
body,
there.
The spear in his stomach. It was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Loki kind of hurted me, but facts.
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
We don't know that he set that up.
Well, with this...
Well, I mean, we know he set it up, but he didn't
We've also determined the true cause
release
of
the poison.
death. All right. All the mysteries should be solved now.
No.
We should get on with the voting
You
time, right?
fools! You're gonna kill us all.
Well, but
What? There's still more?
But wait, there's more. I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that can't be.
There might have been an accomplice.
An accidental accomplice, you might say. Huh? Do not crumble me. I would like to suffer the same fate as my cat.
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Also, another thing, I'm pretty sure it was Sonia that pointed out the fire extinguisher canisters, which is what at this point we're suspecting is the murder weapon. That was the holder of the poison. Sonia's super sus, guys. If Nagito really brought poison to the warehouse, then the thing that would have been left behind is the meat on the bone, the container.
I see.
That was put in there for you guys. The
poison
meat
was
on the
kept in?
bone.
Yeah, if Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
I mean, yes, but not the way you're thinking.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
That's them.
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
It was made of fabric. It was made of velour.
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just too...
Like, does that really matter all that much?
Yes, it does.
I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
Oh. Paper's paper. I thought you said it was made of fabric was in reference to, like, the container, not your cat. This conversation that's happening in the chat right now.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
No.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
Man, Kazuichi's getting a little sus right now. He just wants to wrap this up. I don't want to hurt anyone. Oh, that was what you meant. The container was made of fabric. Okay. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I just want to rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. But
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito
gotta
was
break
here
a few
right now,
eggs.
he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh?
Yep.
The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery
Sure.
outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
It is pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
No, it's whoever deals the killing blow. Whoever threw the poison is the one that killed him. Just like how Peko was the one that hit Mahiru, and even though she was a tool, by her own definition, she was still the murderer.
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is?
Yes, because it's an accomplice.
Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody
Nagito is
accidentally
Hajime's stand
removed the
now.
poison from the crime
Oh
scene.
man. That would be an insane one. Hajime would be like, "Can I trade for a different stand?"
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing.
No, reach out to the truth. Come on.
And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
Or it was the fire grenade fragments. Man, Akane is always like, her guts got it right. What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a new clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing he used as a container was... Damn it, I can never remember what they call it. Hope? No, there's no hope here. Oh, okay. I'll do this next thing. That's another freaking Hangman's Gambit. I hate this! I know it's the container. Okay, fire extinguisher, I'm assuming. Fire. Okay, I'm on the right track. Fire grenade. Oh, what? I meant to hit. Oh, I needed the G. I know I can save it, but I never can remember to. Oh, I need the G. G, here we go. Oh god. I need the D. No. Oh. 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 Haha. I got it. I got it, guys.
I see. I got it.
Ooh. Fire grenade. Yeah, I know. Because I thought it was like, oh, it's because they call them like the extinguisher containers as well. So I was like, okay, what are they gonna go with? So first I was like, okay, fire grenade. Okay, all right. Found that out with Ibuki died. I got confused when I played because I forgot they were called grenades. The only second I thought that was game over. No, I won back a couple of strikes. We weren't gonna get game over from that. I don't want to jinx it yet, but I don't think I've gotten a game over in Danganronpa 2 yet.
Huh? The fire grenades.
The fire grenades! Now, on that bombshell, guys, we're at about time. I managed to pass the Hangman's Gambit twice in one trial. You still get it? Don't give up. I know, the game's not over yet. But, okay, one more time for safety, because I'm extremely paranoid. Alright, we're gonna have to call that here for today. But, we are continuing tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're gonna keep at it. We're gonna finish off the trial tomorrow night. We're gonna get some kind of resolution to all this and see where the hell this last arc is gonna go. Who did it? But that's the thing. We don't know who threw that grenade. Because it was mixed in with all the other ones. That's the thing. Like, none of us know who did it. Because we just went, fire. Like, unless, like, I don't think any of us knew about which one it was, but one of us caused it. So then we need to decide or try to figure out who did it. Or maybe the traitor knew it? I'm not sure. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I figure this is like a no-win situation, but he wouldn't want us to be in a no-win situation. Who threw the grenade? Bruno Mars. Are you sure you don't? Too shy. Catch the grenade for you. Oh my god, what's happening in this chat right now? Yeah, I don't know. Sonya's kind of sus. Kazuichi's being pretty sus right now. Who would jump on a grenade for Nagito? What, me? Nobody would. Nobody would jump on a grenade for... Everybody hates Nagito, would you? I don't know. Probably not. There aren't too many people in this world I'd jump on a grenade for. Not really. Not seriously. In a game, maybe, but... Kay would. Alright, anyways, we're gonna be wrapping up here for tonight. Maybe we'll get a little bit closer to finding out who it is tomorrow. We're gonna be wrapping up the trial tomorrow night, but I'm gonna be continuing tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, roughly same time, same place. If something comes up in the meantime, I will be sure to let you know on Twitter down below. But yeah, at this point, I still don't know who the traitor is. I think it might be Sonya, and I still think she's a robot. I'm still going with that train of thought there. Still think she's a robot. But I don't know, Kazuichi's been kind of suspicious too. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was a conscious decision to kill them, so it might be rough trying to figure it out. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. I would explode in a plane for Nagito. Who knows how to build robots? I mean, Kazuichi does. That's kind of his thing. I've heard chicks dig giant robots. He loves his bots. He does love his robots. That's the thing. It's like, if it was revealed that Sonya was a robot, he would probably actually love her more. I think. I think he'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I know machines. Yeah. Hey there, Despair Doctor. Welcome back to the stream. Unfortunately, you caught us just at the tail end for tonight. But tomorrow night, we aren't going to be finishing off the trial for the 5th case. So that's going to be very exciting. We're going to find out exactly who it was that killed Nagito. Who threw the fire grenade that killed him. The one that was full of poison. We're going to have to wait and see. In any case, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I had kind of a rough day at work today, so this has been nice, just to kind of get to hang out and play a fun, silly murder trial game with you guys and with the chat. It's been a lot of fun, but in any case, I hope you'll join me tomorrow when we finish off the trial. Have a good rest of your Monday, guys. I'll see ya.